Hi everyone, it's PHINQS here, and today I'm going to show you how to build the Viking Longhouse, which hopefully I've already showcased prior to this clip, so at the start of the video. All I ask is that if you like the video, please do leave a thumbs up, because it helps me out and it also lets other people who like similar content to you find the video, and also consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already. Now, this build itself, if you're following along, should take you around like 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to use just wood on the exterior. So what we're going to need to do to get started is clear yourself some land. Now, this is what I've cleared out earlier. As you can see, it's not too big, and then I've just marked my starting point here. So we're going to be doing 3 rooms. The first one is going to be 4 by 5, so it's going to be 4 deep by 5 long, like this. And then we're going to have another one which comes off that, which is 6 deep and 8 wide. So that's going to be the side to our big building, and this will be our small room. So this middle one's going to be 6 deep by 8, and then we're going to have another room which is exactly the same as that room on the other side of this. So when you're done, it's going to look something like this. You can see we have 4 by 5, and then this is 6 by 8, and then another 4 by 5 on this side. Then we're going to build the main entrance corridor, which is going to be 5 deep. Oh. Just make sure that all your beams are snapping into place. So it's going to be 5 deep, and then we're going to add a wood wall 26 degrees on the end here, just like that. We're going to do the same on the other side. And then our 26 degrees. And this is going to be our main step or entrance, so I'm just going to add these in to save me doing it later. Next thing we're going to want to do is fill in the wooden floors. Now, I like to use a sort of alternating pattern, so something that goes like this. However, obviously that's up to yourself. You can just have it going straight along if you wanted to. But it's not too difficult to put in. It doesn't take too much time. If you start to do it like this, and then you just come back and fill in the other ones with the direction facing the other way. So once this is done, your flooring is going to look something like this, and you're going to have a build which should be either exactly like this or similar to this if you're deciding to use a different floor plan. Now, I'm using creative for this build, so I'm going to start flying in a moment when I start placing the upper beams, but of course you can just start to use scaffolding if you don't want to use creative. So I'm going to take out the wood pole 2 meters, and we're going to start in the middle of this middle room. So you can see it's just in the middle here. It's 4 long from the back, and then I'm going to put another 2 high here, and then basically we're coming in 2 every single time, but we're not placing it on this back one here. We're placing it just in the middle of the 2 rooms. We're going to have another 2 here, here, and we're going to do this all the way along. And for the middle section, I'm going to show you how we plan to do it, until eventually you're left with something like this, which basically just leaves this middle section that we have to worry about now. So I'm going to come 4 down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to put this 3 high. I'm going to do the same here and here. And then now that I think about it, I'm probably going to do it just in the center here as well. And this is going to be our entrance. This way it's going to be a little bit higher. And then we're going to grab our wood beam 2 meters, and we're going to basically just go around the outside edge. So once you put your outside beams on, it's going to look something like this, which isn't too complex. I might actually add in some columns on the corner here, but I haven't bothered to do that just yet. I don't think it actually needs it. And then we're going to grab our wood beam 45 degrees, and we've pretty much done all the hard work already. So we're going to just follow up all these beams here, all these columns, sorry, that we've already marked out. We're just going to start to build up so that we start putting in the roof structure here. It's going to look something, if we make sure that they snap in the right place, it's going to start to look something like this. So as you can see, I've gone 2 high at the sides, and it's going to be 3 high in the center. So when you're done, it's going to look something like this. And for the centerpiece here, I'm going to show you how I decided to do it in just a moment. But first, I'm going to show you this main hallway here. It's going to be 145 degrees high, and then we're just going to come on to the outside and pop down another one here. And this is going to be the thatch roof is kind of going to hang over a little bit on this section here. Then for this one here, this is red, so we could probably hang maybe one more thing on this. I'm going to try my best. It might break off though. Okay, that looks good. And then with the wood beams, we're just going to come across and connect to the top there like that. We're then going to do the same for all these other pieces. And I think if we just grab our wood roof cross 45 degrees, we can start to snap these in along the tops here. Okay, so once you're done, it's going to look, hopefully, if you followed me exactly, it's going to look something like this, which is basically all of the skeleton of the structure. Now all we need to do is take out our hammer, grab a thatch roof 45 degrees, and don't worry about the corners. I'm going to show you how I decide to do these in a second, but basically all the bits between the roof structure which we already laid out, we're just going to start to fill this in with the 45 degree thatched roofs. So hopefully you've managed to get to a similar stage than this on your own. However, if you're struggling with sections such as this middle bit here where it makes a combination of O corners and I corners, I'm going to show you how I've done that just here. So we're going to grab the hammer, and first of all we're going to start with the O corner. So we could just make sure this snaps in the bottom here. And then we're going to have a I corner. Just going to do it just here. And then we can start to build up this outside ridge. So this is going to be another O corner, I believe. That looks good. And then we have an I corner connecting here, and we can finish this off with the standard thatch roof 45 degrees. Now for this middle section here, the beams that we originally put in, I'm actually going to change these for the wood wall 45 degrees. So you should just be able to break them out pretty easily and just replace them like so. That looks good, and we're going to do the same again on the other side here. And the reason we're going to do this is because for ventilation we're actually going to just leave this open space here. So all I like to do as well is just put a little bit of an edge on this little rectangle that we have in the center here. This is obviously not required, it's just something that I think looks nice. And then for the first time in this build, I'm going to use the thatch roof 26 degrees, and I'm just going to do it so it just snaps on with the top just in the center of the crossbeam there. And what that's going to do is create this sort of slit on the in between the 45 degree and the 26 degree, and that's going to basically allow any fire from the inside to follow the curve of the roof and come out the roof at the top. So you see I've left this one open. We're going to grab our O corner 45 degrees again, just like that in here and here. Then this is just going to be a standard 45 degree roof. Pop, pop. We're going to grab a couple of wood beams, place these along the bottom like this, and just grab a wood pole and stick it in the center there. So this is looking pretty good to me so far. What I'm going to do now is put in all of the walls, and I like to have them so that the nicer looking bits point towards the outside. So I'm going to do it like this, but obviously you can choose to do it whichever way you want. I'm just going to start to fill in between all of these beams that we've already set up earlier. Now on the inside I have decided to use the wood poles here and just create this kind of frame rather than put doors on the inside. I just think it looks a little bit nicer, but obviously you can do whatever you want. And then all I'm going to do is I might actually just decide to change this bit here and put a wood wall 45 degrees in. Should just click in like so. The only thing you need to remove there is just the 45 degree beam, and then you should just be able to place that in there like that. So all I've done, I have two gates on the bottom, then we have two half walls and two 45 degree wood walls at the top and two regular wood walls. And it's going to look something like this. Now what I also like to do is grab the, I believe it's the 26 degrees thatch corner, looks to be the case. Is that it? There we go. And it just creates that nice little lip on the top there for above the door. I think it's just something a little bit extra that makes it look a little bit nicer in my opinion. Okay, so this is the majority of the build already complete. What we're going to do now is grab the 26 wood beams, and everywhere we basically have the 45 wood beams on the roof, we're going to go around and add in these 26 degree ones. And this is going to add just a little bit extra design. It's basically the overhanging roof. And I'm also going to just add it here and place a 45° in there as well. Okay, that looks good to me. Obviously, these ones in the corner, we can't really add it on unless we were to come diagonally outwards, which we could do, but I'm not really fussed about that. So I'm just going to grab this 26°, and all we're going to do, very similar to the way we did the first layer of the bottom roof, we're going to come around and we're just going to make use of all the corner pieces and the regular pieces to start to build this overhanging layer. That at this stage, the only thing we have left to do is to put some sort of roof above these wooden components so they don't need repaired every couple of days. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to grab a wood pole 1 meter, pop that down on either side, and then we'll grab the 2 meter one and just put that on top, and then one more like so. We're then going to have our wood beam 45°. Oh, just make sure it snaps into the right place as always, and then we're going to add it in on the inner side of this too, like this. We're going to have our cross, fill this in with the 45° roof. Again, just make sure that you're snapping it into the right place, because otherwise it's going to get really messy really quickly. And then I think we're going to add the, let's go for the 26°. 26° beam here, here, and here. And then we're going to have the 26° roof. But there we have it. Obviously you could add in some wood torches or something here if you feel like you want to. Where are we? Furniture, wood torches, or you can add in sconces if you're that late into the game. So there we have it. Hopefully you enjoyed this build. Like I say, if you did enjoy it, then please leave a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel for more Valheim content. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you next time. Ciao!